Videos files can be very large, and that can be a problem for uploading and hosting. Unless you need the highest resolution possible, making video files smaller is better for everyone. They reduce bandwidth usage and upload time, and there's less buffering on your viewer's end. Moreover, this will drastically speed up your video creation and editing process, as you don't need to work with large video files. But how do you easily compress a video and reduce the file size? Two effective methods are shortening the video and removing audio. These won't affect the quality. Now, let's see how to compress a video and make it smaller. Before we get started, it's important to understand what makes a video file larger or smaller. There are three main factors: resolution, bitrate, and encoding. Resolution is the number of pixels presented in your video, and it is usually represented by a horizontal x vertical measurement. For example, native HD, also referred to as 1080p, is 1920 x 1080. That provides high-definition quality. The 16:9 aspect ratio is very common and includes a number of other resolutions. Here are the video resolutions that YouTube recommends for various measures of quality. To understand video size, consider resolution, bitrate, and encoding. Resolution is measured in pixels, with 1080p being the best quality. For best upload and playback, follow these guidelines: use MP4 format, limit resolution to 1080p 2K or smaller, use H.264 video codec, and aim for 20 to 60 frames per second. For YouTube, 1080p is fine. For TV, higher resolution is better, and for smartphones, use higher resolutions. Pay attention to bitrate for video size. Follow suggested bitrates, and try variable bitrate encoding for better quality. Use H.264 encoding with an MP4 encoder to compress efficiently with minimal quality loss. Reducing video size may lower quality. Experiment with settings for optimal results. Possibly the most important factor in determining video size is the bitrate. This is a measure of how much information is transmitted every second and is usually measured in MPBs, and sometimes kbps. Here are YouTube's recommended bitrates for different sizes and frame rates. If you change the bitrate of your video, try not to go below these figures. It's a good idea to use a variable bitrate, which allows your video to go above or dip below your target bitrate. While this gives you a little less control over your video size, it will result in greater quality, as your video will transmit more information during scenes where it's necessary. Finally, we come to encoding. Video encoding uses two different parts, the codec and the container. A full discussion of both is very technical, but we recommend using H.264 encoding with an MP4 encoder. This is an efficient method of compressing your video, and will result in only a slight loss of quality. It's important to remember that making a video smaller will almost always result in a loss of quality. You compress a video by removing information, and that means anyone viewing it on a large screen will probably be able to tell. And, as we'll discuss a bit later, you can always experiment with different settings to see what works best for your video and your production equipment. Different resolutions, bitrates, and encoding settings will give you distinct results, and some may be better for you than others. Here is a list of 5 free video compressor tools that are available today to help you reduce your video file sizes. You'll learn about the features they offer and how to use them to compress your videos. VLC, Windows, Mac, Linux. Shotcut, Windows, Mac, Linux. QuickTime Player, Mac. VED.io, Web. Video Smaller, Web. Use VLC to make video files smaller. Download VLC for Windows, Mac, or Linux. Click Media Convert Save or CMD plus Shift plus S to start. Add your files. Click Convert Save to change the format. Select the Profile drop-down to choose the type of conversion. VLC offers recommendations for different types of videos. To further reduce file size, change the resolution. Click Save and specify a destination location and file name. Hit Start and wait for the compression to complete. Enjoy your smaller video file. Shotcut is a free video editor with advanced features for compressing videos. To compress a video file, download and open Shotcut then select Export and choose the H.264 baseline format, which reduces size without losing much quality. You can also adjust the resolution and aspect ratio, but be careful to calculate the correct dimensions. Expert users can customize export options for specific file types. Try different compression options to see which works best for you. QuickTime's Media Player has useful options for shrinking video size, but limited to Apple operating systems only. Open the app, load your video, click Export As, and select 720p or 480p. Other apps offer more options for resizing. Alternately, use web-based tools like VED or Clipchamp. There are websites that can compress your video file for you. Some are free and some have fees. One option is VED.io, which has a free video compressor tool with an easy-to-use slider to adjust compression rate. It supports various video formats and gives an estimate of file size before compression. For advanced users, there are options to specify settings like frame rate and bitrate. You can also resize and edit your video in VED's main editor. Try it out for easy video compression. Video Smaller, a free online video compressor that supports MP4, AVI, MPEG and MOV formats up to 500 megabytes. Choose between low compression for better quality or scale down for smaller size at the cost of lower quality. Option to remove audio for even more space. Head to videosmaller.com. When it comes to videos, finding the balance between quality and file size is important. Experiment with different resolutions and bit rates to find what works. Check OTT platform guidelines and encoding settings to make your video smaller without sacrificing quality. Save space and money with the perfect settings for any platform or cloud service.